Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 12. So today we will do a video critique of a movie called Fatherhood, which published on 2021. Next slide, please. So next, I will introduce to you about my group members. So first is we have Mr. Ahmad Nur Hakim bin Ablad. Secondly is one Ikmal Hakimi bin Wan Fauzi, and lastly is myself, Ahmad Wais bin Zulkifli. Next slide, please. So before we proceed to present about our video critique about this movie, let's watch a little bit of the official trailer.
Sorry, but this is a group for new mothers.
On that sign out there, it says parents. I'm a parent and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Girl's got some stuff flying out her ass, so she can either hit you with a streamer or she'll buckshot you. It's a quick whop.
Okay, you
I
can
need
pause
help.
So we'll proceed to the next slide, which is synopsis of the movie. So the synopsis of this movie is based on a true story about a single father named Matthew Loughlin who raised his daughter Maddie on his own after his wife died shortly after giving birth. In order to cope with the loss and care for the baby, Matt seeks the assistance of a new parent support group as well as people around him to help him to raise his kids. As his daughter grows up, Matt deals with his self-doubt about his parenting. In this true story of an unbreakable bond between a father and a daughter, his determination to raise Maddie and fill the void left by his family triumph over all else. Basically, this story tells about a single father, a struggle of a single father to raise his daughter on his own. Next slide, please. So next, let's watch the first critical incident of this movie.
What do you mean by soon?
The baby's not due for another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Your amniotic fluid's low, and your daughter's already a healthy size, so let's get her up. So I want to schedule a cesarean for this evening.
For this evening?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can move on to the next slide. This scene portrayed clarity in communication because communication clarity is critical in conveying information and can increase trust and transparency. It is needed to give birth via cesarean section, according to the doctor, because her amniotic fluid was low and the baby was healthy. So the effect is Matt and Liz appear to be ready to welcome their first child, Maddie. Matt also accompanied his wife to the operating room where he was given opportunity to cut their daughter's umbilical cord. These communication skills must be emphasized in doctor-patient network in order to boost patients' self-confidence, motivation, and positive attitudes toward their health. Move on to the next slide, please.
This is a place of business.
So next we will watch the critical incident, the second critical incident in this movie.
This is a place of business, right? It's not a place of babies.
Finish.
Hey, you're not that lucky. I'm not firing you. I just happen to be worried about you. When's the last time you had a break? You know, there's a new thing called babysitters.
Move on to the next slide. This scene showed the value of leadership or tolerance because a good leader can put up with his subordinates. Understanding makes difficulties in raising Maddie alone. However, counsels him and give him a break to reorganize his daily life, as well as suggestion for finding a nanny. The effect is Matt accepted the offer and successfully changed his and Matt's life routine until he was needed in Croatia for a month. The best thing to do the best thing to do in this situation is it is critical to be a tolerant leader who understands others. This treatment will serve as an example for subordinates who will apply it in a later give and take situation. So next we will see
Cool.
the third critical incident in this movie.
Rules? We don't need no stinking rules. That's what my dad says.
Okay. Well, your daddy signed a paper when you were first accepted at this school, and he agreed to follow the rules.
Sister Kathleen would like you to follow the rules and wear this skirt starting today.
We can move on to the next slide. So this scene portrays ill-mannered, which is bad attitude, because they must know how to be polite. Children must know how to be polite, respect their parents, and be kind to others. When reprimanded by a sister at school, Mary should not have responded in that manner. She is a student and a small child who needs to learn to respect elders. The effect is Mary's communication with peers or people older than her seems disrespectful and overly free to speak. So, Matt should set a good example for Maddie by ensuring that she follows school rules and respect older people because manners shape how people behave. So next, I will pass it to the next presenter, which is Mr. Ahmad Hakim. So Mr. Ahmad Hakim, the floor is yours.
Assalamualaikum and thank you, Mr. Uwais, for a good explanation on first critical incident. Okay, move on to the next critical incident, which is critical incident number 4, which is bad manner sleeping in the meeting. You can play.
Turn it over to Matt. He's going to show you how this all can work for your customers. All right, Matt, you're up. Matt.
I'm not asleep.
Sleep. No, this guy never sleeps. He's deep in thought.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Very deep in thought. Thank you. Thank you, Howard. And the reason why is because I'm so...
Okay, next slide, please. Thank you. So, actually, in this scene, Matt falls asleep in the meeting room due to a lack of sleep caused by Matthew waking up and crying every night. The effect for bad manners sleeping in the meeting is sleep can affect reputation of the company, especially when meeting with clients, because the act is impolite. What recommendations should counter this bad manner? Matt should concentrate and pay attention to avoid drowsiness. Bring a pen and paper to the meeting and jot down all important information. Next critical incident. Okay, here's the critical incident number 5, which is unethical behavior. Make a noise in the office.
They're gonna vacuum. They're gonna vacuum. Hey, Maddie.
Hey.
This vacuum sucks.
What's going on?
Okay, actually, in this scene, Matt brings Maddie to work with him. Maddie cried loudly and Matt tried to stop her crying with a vacuum. Effect for this unethical behavior is A lack of respect can devastate workplace harmony because of the noise. His colleagues are unable to do or focus on their work. Recommendation to counter this unethical behavior is everyone in the organization must respect one another in order to have a happy and productive work environment. Matt should show consideration for his co-workers. Matt should enlist the help of a family member, a friend or a babysitter to take care for Maddie while he is at work. Next slide. Okay, critical incident number 6. Good manner, which is greeting from the teachers.
Do you like going to school here?
Mommy wanted me to be here. I like it.
That's all I needed to hear. All right, go ahead. Love you.
Love you too.
2 kisses. Ah, forehead, forehead. I got you.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Mr. Lobley.
Thank you. Okay, in this scene, Maddie's teacher every day will waiting in front of the school gate to greet and smile to her student come to school. She also check student dress code. Effect for this good manner, which is greeting, students appear to enjoy going to school and to be more disciplined. Students' ethic learned in school will carry over into adulthood and help them be more successful in their careers. Recommendation for this good manner, which is greeting, should be taught at a very early age. Parents and teachers as role models, helping young children learn appropriate, polite, and considerate behavior enables them to form good manners and become more socially attentive. I think that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter, which is Mr. Wan Ikmal, to continue to another critical incident.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Amano Hakim. So let's proceed to the seventh critical incident, which is leadership. Leadership, which is empower employees. So let's see let's us watch the scene.
Leaving the office, I'm moving up that chain, and I've recommended you to take over my job. You know, I figured now you got more time to focus, you can travel more for work. I think you're ready. This could be yours. Also thrown in a new salary.
Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so here we can see the empowerment, foster engagement, and franchises employees in unprecedented way. And this is shown when the Howard trusts and recommend Matt to take his position as CEO of the company. Simultaneously, peers and workers gain more self-assurance and readiness for the workplace. Also improve in commitment, strategies, intuition, creativity, and analytical skill. That is shown by Matt. So the effect, Matt accept the opportunity, which is to be a future CEO of the company. In addition, Matt also develops a feeling of value and appreciation, which promotes a productive workplace. Subsequently, my recommendation for this is to show appreciation for others. Effort is one of the best way to empower them. Initiative is bolstered by providing supportive feedback to individuals who demonstrate responsibility and ownership. Let's move on to the next incident. Next. Okay, so the next critical incident. Okay, so the next critical incidents, which is a good manner. So let's rewatch this scene first.
Past year, she was 99.
Wow, that must have been a shock.
It was. Listen, I want you to take as much time as you need.
Thank you.
5 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever.
probably need about 10, 20 years. You know, that would do, but I need my job, you know? So I can't,
Okay,
I can't have that time. Listen, Howard.
So let's move on to the next slide, please. Okay, so this shows that good manners, which is caring. Caring about employees can also help improve absenteeism and retention rates, meaning lower retraining costs and better overall profitability. This is shown when Howards give motivation and also try to comfort Matt. Simultaneously, all of these outcomes are significantly influenced by enthusiastic and content workers who enjoy their works. So the effect, Matt is committed to perform better at work and are absent less frequently and are less likely to quit their jobs. His job. Then this proves that moral development involves caring about a person's human relationships and finding balance between caring for oneself and others. My recommendation is to make sure that the workers know that they can talk to their boss at any time to share ideas or talk about problems. Request that the team managers have an open door policies and regularly check in with their employees to offer advice, praises, and encouragements. Employees ought to have the impression that they can freely express themselves without fear of retribution, and that is someone is always willing to listen. So let's move on to the last critical incidents. Okay, the last critical incident. Okay, the last critical incidents would be good manners, which are trustworthy. So let's watch the scene first.
Listen to me. We're not doing anything here because you guys don't know how to do nothing right. I've been here. No, thank you. Come on.
Well, I know she's gonna have a substantial scar if she doesn't get stitches.
Look at me. You're so strong. Such a strong little girl. Okay? I'm proud. Guess who else is proud? Mommy would be proud right now. We're gonna go get some stitches, okay? Squeeze my hand, that's all. Here you go.
Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Okay, this slide shows that a trustworthy person is honest, dependable, and loyal, and they live their lives in integrity. This is shown when Matt trusts the doctor to treat his daughter, even though he has a big trauma with a previous history. Trustworthiness is one of the most important quality in life. It is the quality on which all relationships are built. The effect for this from this scene, Matt has built a strong relationships on respect and belief in the other person, which is the doctor. In the same time, Maddie get the treatment for her wound. My recommendation for this scene is particular situation. In the same time, the right decision can lead to the good impact not only to individual but also society. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, in the conclusion, based on this movie, we can learn that something good in terms of professional and unprofessional behavior in the workplace, that we should have clarity in communication, tolerance, be polite, respect each other, and lastly, be a good role model. This is our video critique. Thank you for your time.